गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री Gurave Namaha. We are in the fourth verse of the Sadhana Panchakam. Vedo nityam adhiyatam tadudidam karma svanushthiyatam tene shasya vidhiyatam apachitihi kamye matistyajyatam पापौघः परिधूयतां भवसुखे दोषोऽनुसन्धीयताम् आत्मेच्छाव्यवसीयतां निजगृहात् तूर्णं विनिर्गम्यताम् सङ्गसत्सु विधीयतां भगवतो भक्तिर्दृढाधीयतां शान्त्यादिपरिचीयतां दृढतरं कर्माशु सन्तयज्यतां सद्विद्वानुपसृप्यतां प्रतिदिनं तत्पादुकासेव्यतां ब्रह्मैकाक्षरमर्थ्यतां श्रुतिशिरो वाक्यं समाकर्ण्यताम् वाक्यार्थश्च विचार्यतां श्रुतिशिर पक्षसमाश्रीयतां दुस्तर्कात् सुविरम्यतां श्रुतिमतः तर्कोऽनुसन्धीयताम् ब्रह्मास्मीति विभाव्यतां हरहः गर्वपरित्यज्यतां देहेऽहम् अतिरुज्यतां बुधजनैः वादपरित्यज्यताम् Today's verse क्षुधाधिश्च चिकित्स्यतां प्रतिदिनं भिक्षौषधं भुज्यतां स्वाद्वन्नं न तु याच्यतां विधिविषाद् प्राप्तेन सन्तुष्यताम् शीतोष्णादिविहय्यतां न तु वृथा वाक्यं समुच्चार्यताम् औदासीन्यमभीप्स्यतां जनकृपा नैष्ठुर्यमुत्सृज्यताम् औदासीन्यमभीप्स्यतां जनकृपा नैष्ठुर्यमुत्सृज्यताम्. Yesterday we saw Vakyarthascha vicharyatam Shrutishira Paksha Samashriyataam. It says Vakyarthascha vicharyatam. Contemplate, reflect over the statements of truth, commandments given by the Upanishads. Shruti means the Upanishads, the Vedas, that which are heard. Shira Paksha Samashriyata, meaning take refuge in the truth of Brahman, reality, Paramatma as given in the Upanishads. No other way. That is the only way. The vision presented by the Upanishad is the highest. Dustarkat suviramyatam. Dustarkat suviramyatam. Do not indulge in perverse arguments. Huh? Means perverse. What are perverse arguments? About wealth, about opposite sex, about what we have, movies we have seen, about commenting about other people, or how what scriptures are saying is wrong. See? So refrain from that. And then Shruti Mataha Tarko Anusandhiyatam. Create an intellect which follows the logic of the scriptures. Don't give it an independent. No, I'm a freelance thinker. Anything that comes, I think. Today, I read about the commentary of this Mahatma. That becomes my that information becomes the vomit that comes out of my mouth. Tomorrow, I read another commentary. Then that becomes my vomit. No. Here it is told, don't be a free thinker. Nowadays everyone is on this bandwagon of I don't follow anyone, I'm an enlightened being.
My own theory. My own theory.
It was revealed to me. Run away from such people. No, don't run away, but understand where they are. We must not fall into that trap. Yes, experiences do come, but our logic must mirror the logic of the scriptures. It must not be an independent logic. See, there are avdhutas. There are masters who have never studied scriptures. Satya Sai Baba never studied scriptures. Shirdi Sai Baba never studied scriptures. Jnaneshwar Maharaj, maybe he did, but the record is not there. But then how Satya Sai Baba could speak about all the scriptures, Shirdi Baba also could do it. So many masters. How did they? They did not get formal training under any teacher. Okay. Yet, so there it is revelation. Because you are established in that principle which is all knowing, isn't it? So there's no doubt that you don't know. Then if you start comparing yourself to them, then big problem. So here, Shruti Mataha Tarko Anusandhiyatam. Let your logic, let your contemplation, let your arguments reflect the logic presented in the scriptures. And then what will happen? Brahmasmiti vibhavyatam haraha. Then Brahma asmi iti vibhavyatam. Then as the vision indicated by the Upanishads is Brahman. So that Brahman I am. Aham Brahmasmi, Brahma Asmi iti. Thus, I am that Brahman which is being indicated by the Upanishads, by the Vedas. That Brahman I am. In this way, have the bhav. Right now you don't have the experience. So have the feeling, have the bhav, have the disposition, have the poise, have the alertness towards that unknowable principle. Why it is unknowable? Why is it unknowable? Because it is beyond the 5 sheets. It is beyond the 5 sheets. So, right now we are addicted to experiencing everything, knowing everything through these 5 sheets. Isn't it? Here we are being prompted to take a different position. And what is that position? In your presence, these 5 sheets function. they cannot come to know you. It's a self-knowing principle. There is no light which can illuminate this eternal principle. And in this way, renounce garva parityajyatam. And the more we have the feeling towards this aham brahmasmi vritti, thought of I am Brahman, to that extent the pride, the arrogance, that will reduce. But here it is being told that parityajyatam, make sure that you don't become proud of anything in life. And then dehe ham matirujyatam. Dehe ham matirujyatam. Give up this misconception that I am the body. And then buddha janaihi vada parityajyatam. And with the wise men, give up the tendency to argue. Surrender to them. Be available to them. And having told these points, now in today's contemplation, क्षुधाधिश्च चिकित्स्यतां प्रतिदिनम्. Kshudhadhishcha chikitsya. Okay, let's see what the whole thing is. In hunger and disease, get treated. Pratidinam bhikshaushadham bhujyadam. Daily take the medicine of bhiksha. Swadvannam natu yachyatam. Yachya, yachana karna, to beg. Do not beg for delicious food. Eat whatever comes your way. Vidhivishat praptena santushyatam. By destiny, by prarabdha, whatever comes to you unasked, accept that and be content. It requires a great amount of courage to walk this path, you see. Shitoshnadi vishayyatam. Shitoshnadi vishayyatam means do not be disturbed by the pairs of opposites. Yesterday in Vivek Chudavati, same thing came. Heat, cold, hunger, thirst, joy, sorrows which are caused by likes and dislikes, and praise and insult. Do not get disturbed. These are at the 4 personality levels. At the causal or Anandamaya Kosh, the bliss sheath, there is no opposite. It's empty. But at the other 4, these are the 4 expressions. So, Shitoshnadi Veshahiyyatam Natu Vritha. So, unnecessarily always don't comment, it is hot, it is cold. You can say that because it doesn't create any impression in your mind. But if it is taken personally, ooh, I'm cold, ooh, I'm hot, ooh, can we increase the temperature, ooh, can we decrease the temperature? So continuously you are living only at the skin level. And what are you contemplating upon? Brahman. And you are not given the feeling at the skin level. Pathetic existence. Frustrated being such ones, you know. So this is not this is to tell, to show that this is the trap that we are fallen into, you know, by default. So correct. Now you have heard it, never a comment must come out of yourself. And if it does come out of old habit, then immediately correct. Nahi, I don't know why my mind is saying like this. Immediately cancel it. We are so good at cancelling good things in our life. So why not bad things also? We have the habit. Cancel it. Nahi, heat and cold, this is how it is always. How long I am going to keep running after? In winters I want more heat and in summers I want more cold. No. Whatever he decides. You want to not feel cold? Simple thing is, in the morning take hot water shower and conclude it with cold water. You will not feel cold. Every day. And you must take bath 2 times a day. In summers or here it is not that hot, but in India and all, at least 3 times. And it's not a long one and indulging under the water. Yeah, oh, 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 no. Go quick, 2 minutes out. Then शीतोष्णादि विषय्यताम न तु वृथा. You unnecessarily do not talk about not do not talk, do not get disturbed by the pairs of opposites, etc. न तु वृथा वाक्यम समुच्चार्यताम, and avoid wasteful talk. What is wasteful talk? All talk that takes you away from the truth. Huh? So our theme should be only the truth. And last line, औदासीन्यम अभीप्स्यताम जनकृपा नैष्ठुर्यमुत्सृज्यताम. Be औदासीन्यम अभीप्स्यताम. Be indifferent to everything in life. Be indifferent. Meaning, life means to not the life principle, to the world. Be indifferent. Like you are sitting here, you are focused on the text that is being expounded upon. Maybe your focus is on me. You know there are many other things in the house, isn't it? You know that Krishna is there, you know the Shiva is there, you know bottle is there, laptop is there, carpet is there. But is it creating an impression on your mind? You know the kitchen is there, you know the breakfast is there. So we know so many things, but we are not interested in that. We are audasinyam. Audasinyam is the disposition which comes before sleep and after sleep. When you are about to go to sleep, you are indifferent to everything in this creation. When you wake up, eyes are open, you are alert, you are awake, but the world hasn't entered into your mind yet. You are audasi, indifferent to the world. So maintain that poise. Nasha chad jata hai fir. Nasha means you are drugged with the indifference. Janakrupa naishturyam mutsrujyatam. Save yourself from the meshes of other people's kindness. Be a giver, don't be a taker. The burden of favors taken, then they'll say, take yesterday, they said one lady was caught in Colombia carrying 8 kg of cocaine. And they are saying, she must have taken loan somewhere. I'm just benefit of the doubt. She must have taken loan somewhere. As a favor, they forced her to do that. When we take something from someone, favors from other people, in whichever way, we become indebted. Get out of it. Don't let the whole world beg at your feet, but you should not beg at anyone's feet. Now, let's look at each one of them. Kshudhadhishcha chikitsatam pratidinam. In hunger and disease, get treated. Don't say, I am not the body, I am not going to get treated. You will not be able to contemplate. Whatever medicine is required, whoever comes and gives the medicine, take it, finish it off, sort it out, whichever way you can. No, I don't take allopathic medicine, I only take Ayurvedic. Where is your attention? Body. Does not matter. Fix, move. Fix and move. And move in such a way that you exhaust your body. in the service of that infinite. But to serve the infinite, just mere thinking is not enough. All levels of the body should be functioning at the best level possible, and for that, whatever is required to be done, whatever medicine has to be taken. No, I will do this. I will another 5 days. It's okay, but if it is not getting fixed, go to a doctor. If it is allopathic, which will fix it, fix it. Homeopathic, fix it. Acupuncture, Chinese medicine. We've got all varieties here. Try, fix it. Exercise, fix it. So in hunger and disease, get treated. Because if hunger is left uncared, what will happen? You will think about food and it makes you irritated and angry. Whenever you are hungry and if you don't get the food at that time, you get angry, you get cheesed off. Suddenly you'll start barking at everyone because inside चूहे दौड़ रहे हैं, the rats are running. So, and this is why am I getting hunger? Wrong question. Why? It is natural. You did not create the hunger. Every living being in this creation feels the hunger. So what's wrong? Just because you have taken the spiritual path, so you should not feel hunger? No, I am a yogi. Then you are not a part of this creation. You are the funny character of this creation. Who is trying to control his hunger, who is trying to control his sleep. See how much ego. The individuality surfaces when you impose your control over natural phenomena that are taking place. Only in the name of spirituality. Vedanta is saying, get out of that. Exactly the opposite. There we control the hunger once a day, maybe go on fast and, through pranayam heal yourself. They say, so many people do also. Pays the attention on the body. Such people, when they go in meditation, it's funny. They must be having a funny experience there. So hunger also must be treated like all diseases. If I am getting a headache, I'll take Panadol. If I am getting hunger, eat little bit and get over with it. Let it not linger in your mind. Then, as you said, continuously your thoughts will only go to the food. It will not go to Brahman. Brahman, yes. Oh, Purnamada, Purnamidam. When is Purnamada, Purnamidam going to happen? When we can have breakfast? It is not. The divine is perfect, and from that perfect, if something is taken out, that is also perfect, and what is left behind is also perfect. Yes, food is perfect. When is it happening? When is Purnamada happening, Swamiji? Once it happened, we were somewhere and it was a text. And some example was coming, and in that this Purnamada came. And when everyone started chanting Om Purnamada, the teacher was saying it because it was a reference. But everyone thought, oh, class over. They take Purnamada Purnamidam as class over. How quickly we program ourselves. And when we are hungry, it does not get this thing out of the mind. See how much people are indulging in, oh, I feel like Chinese, I feel like pasta, I feel like lasagna, I feel like this, I feel like that. No. Today I'm going to eat only on a salad diet or a juice diet. Get out of this. If you want to eat food must be taken as medicine. And whatever comes, you eat. Whatever is available, you eat. Don't make a choice. Important thing is hunger must be satiated. And in this way, if the body is ill, if the body is uncomfortable, if the body is at disease, you cannot carry out your contemplation. You cannot do your practices. Second one, pratidinam bhiksha aushadham bhujyatam. And how must a seeker live? Every day. He should live on bhiksha. Bhiksha. Because this bhiksha means we are, as a sannyasi, we are allowed to ask 5 houses every day for bhiksha. If you don't get food from those 5 houses, go hungry. That is your medicine that day. And this practice is not to make you dependent on those people. This is the right of a sannyasi. And you should not live in any place for more than 3 days. And see, our Anubhavananji is living like that. Every day is eating in different houses all the time, staying somewhere but living in different houses. So daily take the medicine of the bhiksha food. What will come if you go to beg? They give you atta, khaya. Someone will give you an abuse. Young fellow, looking fit, begging awake. Why don't you go and work in some factory? Find a job for yourself. Isn't it? We have also heard it. But so that time, do you curse that fellow? Oh, sannyasi has come to your house and you're telling him what to do? Go to hell. Will you say that? No. The practice is that even if you are used, Achha, I'll give you bhiksha. First wash dishes. Then I'll give you. Do it. Move on. Move on. Maybe that is what she needs that day. Maybe she's sick. Maybe some problem. So, in spite of not getting the food or demanded or abused, in the heart of the sannyasi, only blessings should be there for everyone. That is his practice. Oh, how can they behave like this? This is a wrong approach. They can behave any way they want. How are you going to be able to control everyone's behavior? Have you controlled your behavior of your own mind? That we are taking the right to dictate how others should behave? No. And therefore, the whatever comes, we take it as an prasad of the Lord. Bhiksha is prasad of the Lord. Lord at that time has come as that person and given the bhiksha of abuse. He has come and given the bhiksha of dry food. You want food, but they give you atta. So you have to take the atta, you have to take the rice, cook it up, and then eat. And this is what the system was, that every day the brahmacharis in the Gurukul, they would go out, beg, bring the food, and some days a lot, some days less. When we were kids, the Buddhist bhikshuks, they used to come on elephant. So 5, 7, 10 of them and an elephant. And we used to be told, eat up your food quickly, otherwise, see that potli that bag he's carrying, in that there are children who have not eaten their food. and dad used to take us to the door. Should I give it? Within 5 minutes the food is inside. We'll make our pranks, tantrums used to throw. And the rule is that if you have collected too much food, than required, you should not keep it in the ashram or in the house for more than 3 days. So if there is rice, dal, atta, this, that, so many people give. We can keep it in the fridge for 10 days, isn't it? Or freeze it for future use. No. In Gurukul or in ashrams, nowadays I don't know. The big ones, they don't carry out like that. Nobody goes for Bhiksha also. Not more than 3 days. Then what is to be, what do they do with all the food that they have collected in Bhiksha? They will have a bhandara. The whole village is invited. All the close by people are announced. There will be food available, bhandara available, please come and have. And it is finished. Not kept for more than 3 days. So take this food which you procure through bhiksha as the prasad, as the communion of the Lord, and do not give importance to the quantity as well as the quality. Otherwise it will start corrupting your mind. When you go to the temple, if the priest gives you 1 spoon and to next one, you take that much and gives it. Why he gave him so much? Why he gave me only this much? As kids we will eat, again come and queue and again stand. Why? Our attention was not Lord, our attention was the prasad. Right next to our house the temple was there. In South Indian, nice. Dahi, yogurt rice they used to make, that tempered rice they used to make, very, very tasty, chitrana. And we used to keep, again you come. Then one day he saw that this fellow is, he called me. Eat as much as, his wife made it, the priest, and he made me eat as much as I could. I said, I finished everything and went. So, pratidinam bhikshaushadham bhujyatam. Then, swadvannam na tu yachyatam. Never demand tasty food. Whatever comes, if there is no salt, quietly eat it. If it is too much sugar, quietly eat it. All problems come when we exercise our wants. I don't want this, I want it. I am a person who takes only 1 sugar. I want it to 3 sugars. Get out of that. Then what will happen to my body? Did you create the body that you are worrying about it? Who created it? Let him worry. You worry about yourself. The real you. That is the exercise here. Swadvanam natu yachyatam. Do not give in to taste. Do not. See, before I used to say to people that please do not give me onions, please do not put any garlic, this, that. And I used to put the tika, I used to wear watch, I used to wear malas. And somewhere along the way, after I was, the sannyas was, diksha was given, everything dropped away. Everything dropped away. Watch, so I can't wear watch now. Mala, when I went to Mansarovar, nobody has seen me with malas ever. In Mala, someone, when we arrived at Kathmandu airport, someone put a mala, Rudraksha mala around our neck. Then I went to Pashupatinath, there the priest again put another mala in the neck. Then, like that, 3 malas got collected. So when the puja was going on, I put all the malas. And I sat there. I said, Swamiji, you are wearing malas, you don't wear. I said, well, I am wearing. But why? I said, no, why? It's there. No, I am very uncomfortable. I don't like this. I like you plain. They demanded. Then after the bhiksha, after the thing, they said, okay, you take the malas. change weather is making the eyes
Itchy.
Vidhi Vishad Praptena Santushyatam. Vidhi Vishad. Whatever destiny brings you. See, you're living life like that. We are living life like that. Be blessed that life has given you, is giving you what is required at the right time, and that is our tapasya. And when we try to take control of our life, which means we do not trust Him. But when we trust Him, we will not think about how. Yes, thoughts will go, but where is your attention? On the divine theme. And if you try as much as you want, if you are not meant to have something, you can spend your whole life trying for it and it will not come to you. And if something is supposed to come to you, as much as you try not to get it, it will come to you. Regarding this, there is one story which comes. One father had 9 children, and the youngest one was dull. That's what, he was like a mad fellow. Anything dad will say, beta, take this money, go and get something. He will take the money, have he'll see an old lady, or he'll see a beggar, or someone is asking for something, he will buy it for them and come back empty-handed. So the father was a bit worried, this fellow, so he asked the astrologer, oh, why is my son like this? Looked at him, in your son's destiny only one buffalo is given and one hut. So don't give him anything else. Even if you give him $1 million, he will end up with one buffalo only or one cow. So time came, he had to leave his body. He distributed everything among 8 children, and to the youngest one he gave one hut and one buffalo. Gave one hut and one buffalo. And he also knows that dad has seen an astrologer. Astrologer has said that in his destiny there is only one buffalo. No money, no food. What to do? Every day milk the buffalo, drink the milk, make some yogurt, and this how it. And every day before he eats in the afternoon, he will ask someone passerby, hey, come in, have something. And he will, maybe a hermit, maybe a passerby, maybe a traveler. And one day, one Mahatma came. He says, what do you have to give me? He was not a firebrand. What do you have to give me? I got milk. What about yogurt? Yogurt is also there. Ate everything, didn't leave anything for him. What about dakshina? What about dakshina? What about donation? You know, a Mahatma when he comes, you must give donation. He says, sir, but I don't have any money. I don't possess anything. Don't tell lies. You have a buffalo. He says, yeah, I have a buffalo. Then the thought came, if I give buffalo, then what will I eat? But immediately the thought, what the astrologer had said that in his destiny there is one buffalo. Okay. But if I cannot refuse Mahatma, what if I should not let a Mahatma go without any dakshina. So he take the buffalo, goes to sleep hungry, gets up in the morning, he finds one buffalo outside in his courtyard. From where it came, who cares? So he said, this is interesting. Again he calls on Mahatma, gives him milk, gives him yogurt, donates the buffalo. Third day again one buffalo is there in his courtyard. He says, oh, I thought I was, this is amazing. So how do I collect merit? He started donating the buffalo every day to anyone who came into his house at lunchtime. So he is making himself empty. but the destiny is bringing to him what is due to him. And he used that to purify himself, to empty himself. You understand what is being told? So, in this way, here it is told, what is that? Vidhi Vishad Praptena Santushyatam. Be content. Don't, uh, uh, you know, be the Joneses. They got Honda, oh, I'll also get Honda. They got Mercedes, I'll also get Mercedes. Yesterday I went to one place to buy the washing machine. Not yesterday, day before yesterday. He says, Swamiji, bye. They used to live here with us when they migrated. For 2-3 months they were here. Nice family from Gujarat. Swamiji, very difficult. My wife's younger sister passed away in 2 months. They diagnosed the cancer, she passed away. My mother was absolutely fine. 62, suddenly she passed away. Cancer again. And we are not able to, when will I go? I said, when do you want to go? Tomorrow? 10 years, 20 years, 40 years? And he said, Swamiji, what's the point of living so long? You know, life is temporary. I have come to realize that. I said, but it is very stressful. I said, stressful is, tell me why it is stressful, your life. He said, the wife. I said, no, not the wife. I'm talking about you. You tell me. We are expecting ourselves to be better. We have come here from India. We want to be better and better and better and better. I said, who decides how much better you need to be? And suddenly something clicked to him. He says, I want to be better compared to whom I am looking at. Oh, they have this house, I must have a bigger one. They have this jewelry, I must have similar jewelry. Or they have this the intelligent kid, my kids also should be intelligent. I think this is what is stressing me out. He is giving me answers, sir. I'm just asking the question. After he has given the answers, then he is asking me, Swamiji, how do I get out of all this? I said, stop expecting, stop comparing, stop competing. Swamiji, this is very easily said, but it is very difficult. I said, then suffer. That is also okay. We need all type of people in the world. No? I feel good when I see suffering people. Why? I am better than them. Not really. Just to tease him, you know. He says, no, Swamiji, but there must be a way. How do we get out of this mind? I said, you make your sales, give me a discount and we'll talk later. Come home or come to satsang, they don't want to come. They are afraid. What are they afraid of? Have you ever thought?
What are they afraid of?
They are afraid of change. The comfortable pattern that their life has fallen into, working hard, desiring success, living a frustrated life, all this I'll have to give up. Because I go to satsang, I know something will fall on my ears which will demand some change from my side.
For me, the interesting question is, did he give you a discount?
He promised future. So we are, why people do not want to come to satsang? Because they are afraid of change. Why they prefer yoga, pranayama, kriya yoga? Because they are in control. Therefore, it's okay. You come to this class or you do sadhana, you will have to change. And people are trying to maintain They want to be sweet 16 all their life. They want to have no wrinkles all their life. They want to maintain their status, the wealth, everything all their life. But nothing is permanent, isn't it? And especially when you come to Vedanta class, you are banged from left, right, center, top, bottom, and oi, 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 oi. You're dancing continuously. And it's told again and again and again and again and again. And then some people get scared. People get scared. Then they think that they are very intelligent. They ask a question. Swamiji, after realization, what will happen to children, wife, or grandchildren? I said, get there first and find out. No, will I still be doing my duty after realization, after enlightenment? See what an invalid question it is. But they want realization and they want to continue their duties. Then this is the answer. What did you do to your dream wife? Do you remember about her? Do you remember her face? You remember your children in the dream? Do you tell, oh my God, they must be hungry when I get up in the morning, tonight when I go to sleep, I'll go and feed them today. You don't even enter into the same dream, isn't it? Then why stretch yesterday into today, today into tomorrow, tomorrow into day after tomorrow? We have created a continuum where there is no continuum. This is the job of the ego. Watch this by practicing all the please.
It's like that scene in the Matrix where
Absolutely.
he betrays his friends because he wants to be rehooked into the Matrix and live in illusion.
But once he goes back into the illusion, which is the mind, because he needed to sort everything out. It is an impulse from within. See? Till when will you keep doing sadhana? Till you think that you are not the divine essentially, isn't it?
Yes.
That is, so he did not know that he was of the nature of light. And therefore he went back again, a sense of responsibility, a sense of duty, a sense of a higher ideal was in his mind was making him do that again and again. And in the end, he does surrender to the dark forces, and eventually in that surrender he realizes that he is the light. Isn't it? But till he was resisting, and while he was resisting, he was continuously perfecting himself to be with more and more siddhis. And how did the siddhis come? Give me helicopter. Helicopter he can fly. Guns are there. But he kept perfecting himself. He could go into past and everything. And eventually, but all this was question of survival. But in the end, Mr. Smith is also, if he is getting strong, Mr. Smith is also getting strong. World is, duality is a play of equal forces. And eventually he realizes, see, in our mind also, good thoughts are less, negative thoughts are more. Thoughts of reality will be less, and thoughts of unreality will be more. It's the same thing. He is surrounded by many Mr. Smiths. Our thought also, we chant one time we say here, see, we are here for 1 or 2 hours in satsang. Whole day will be not talking about this. It will be about something else. Same way. You sit in meditation. Oh, I was in silence. Silence is also negative. You have to go beyond silence and sound. That is your true nature. Silence is not your true nature. When you force the silence on yourself, like in Vipassana and yourself. You're told to remain silent. It's a force. Some people have come here, Swamiji, I don't know, something is not right with me. What did you do? I went to Vipassana. Who told you to do Vipassana? With this knowledge, if you go to Vipassana and you have that type of bent, it will help you. But you are in the world, busy with the world, and suddenly some wave, brain wave of hit her, then we will go away. And if a brain wave comes, because everyone is on the bandwagon of Vipassana, we also go there. And we disturb ourselves and come back. Because we don't have the stamina or the disposition to handle that type of silence. We only enjoy the silence in which we are ignorant, which is sleep. We haven't built up our, at that level, because it's still an ego trip. I want to go and do Vipassana. But do what? A gradual, gentle glide into emptiness is good. But forcing yourself to keep the mind empty, it's very detrimental to. It will have other repercussions later on.
Yes, totally.
Yeah, I also seen it. I get all examples come to me. I don't have to go anywhere. All examples come here. So, vidhivashat praptena santushyatam. Whatever comes by the will of the divine, will of the Lord, accept that as prasad. And I'm not talking just from point of view of food. See, what is food? Food is something that you take in. Apart from food, what are you taking in? Eyes are taking in forms, ears are taking in sounds, tongue is taking in taste, nose is taking in the fragrances. Huh? The mind is taking in thoughts, ideas, convictions. So, vidhivasha, let it happen. Don't fight it. Don't take an opposite position. Don't take a position where I want to see only this, I don't like seeing that. Don't see, today what is happening is parents are keeping they argue with us. Why we have to show them about Ravana and Rakshasas, and these characters never were there. But see, life brought about Harry Potter. He is doing the same thing. Isn't it? And children are so engrossed in that. Harry Potter and Voldemort, the negative force. It's much more scarier than Ravan. With all the dogs with 3 heads, this, that, everything. My children must be exposed to good as well as bad, so that they can understand what they need to pursue and cultivate in their life. But if you keep them, like one mother came, she says, I keep my children. Nowadays it's become an obsession with the modern parents. Everything with that, that Pino clean, clean everything is disinfected, because small child moving around. Arey Baba, small child, let him eat things fallen on the ground. Let that child go and eat the mud in the courtyard. The immune system increases with that. But they have this idea that, and they create a problem for future. Not for themselves as well as for the kid. Not this. Any passing, suddenly rash, I think he's allergic of this, and they stop giving that person. Arey, 1 or 2 times allergy will come, after that it will fix, he will get used to it. Not used to the allergy, but used to the thing. His body will create the, get immune to that. But they don't understand this. This is what that we are not content with what we are getting unasked. We want to keep demanding, we want to keep comparing, we want to keep expecting. Where are we? विधिवत विधि विधिवशात प्राप्तेन संतुष्यताम. Be content with whatever comes by the grace. शीतोष्णादि विषय्यताम. Then it says, in the pairs of opposites, endure all pairs of opposites, heat and cold and the like. Mind is a product of opposites. If there is only one, there can be no mind. Mind means two opposing forces are functioning there. What is mind? North, south. What is mind? Inside, outside. What is mind? Divine, evil. What is mind? Male, female. What is mind? Top, bottom, east, west. If mind cannot think in a unified manner. If it says Sat, immediately in its mind, what is Asat? It says Chit, what is Achit? And that is why Jnaneshwar Maharaj in Amrita Anubhav deletes that also out of the mind. There is no, you cannot call the truth as Sat Chit Anand. You are abusing it. He says you are abusing the truth. These are the words he uses. Gali hai. To call him by any name is an abuse. And therefore Buddha said, you cannot talk about it. It is unknown. What he said and what they are propagating today is very different. So endure all pairs of opposites, heat and cold, etc. And instead of being obsessed by these opposites, instead of talking whether God is inside or outside, whether he is on the left or the right, or whether he is in the Sahasrar or to go to him, it begins from the Mooladhar. Get out of all these things. Because you are creating a journey where there is no journey. You are creating a journey. But more importantly, here, if we do not react to the opposites that are persecuting us from outside or inside, then there is only one disposition. What is that? We are witness to all the opposites. That is the only disposition possible. If you stop reacting. If you react, every action has a reaction. And that becomes a memory, and then next time a heat comes or a heat wave comes or a cold wave comes, again you will react, and it goes on. This is how it has been going on since birth till now. Here it is being told, stop reacting. The moment you stop reacting, immediately witnessing will take place. And in this way, we are not tossed around by the opposites. Instead, our attention is firmly established in that divine. So, how do you bring this about? By not commenting on whatever is coming to you. Whatever is seen, heard, touched, felt, tasted, thought, no comments. It's like this only. It's like this only. Why is so much poverty in what do you call, in Africa? Can you do something about it? No. Then stop talking about it. in Australia, this one lady who comes to my classes, she revealed it. There's a big industry called charity industry, isn't it? They collect money, go around every day. They can afford to pay the people or get a volunteer force to, in the name of Heart Foundation, in the name of cancer research, in the name of this. Every Tom, Dick, and every cricketer is having his own foundation, charity foundation. Something for this, one wants to go to India and help the poor people, someone wants to do it here because his wife passed away, someone wants to, every one of them has a foundation. Why,
Makes a lot of money. Tax evasion, all sorts of reasons.
Yeah, but you can't use it for your own, can you?
There are ways around it.
Yeah. According to Australian law, if you collect $100 in charity, only $13 are required by law for you to spend on the cause for which you have asked the money for. Rest of the money can be used for promoting the charity, for maintaining the charity, etc., etc. See? I should also start with it. Think about it. There were she was working on that about 3-4 years ago. Now they are all under the scanner in Australia. They are investigating 20,000 charities. There are more than 60,000 charities in a country with a population of 24 million. 60,000 plus. And the first 20,000, the big ones, they are investigating. Where is the money coming from? Where is the money going? One big organization collected money for Aceh. $350 million they collected. Tsunami happened, from next day the campaign began. 350 million. Not even 50 million went to Aceh. Rest of the money, all the salaries were bumped up. More staff was employed to make more calls, because it's a number game. You call 100, 20 people will give you charity. So you need more people to call more people, staff to call more people. And they built a big building here, corner of Burwood Highway and Springvale Road. So that it's a big organization with millions of dollars to play with. So don't get lost in this world. The reason I'm telling you this is not to comment. Let them do what they want. But you don't get caught up by the world, by some purpose, that I have got a purpose to achieve in this world. No. World has always been like this. Our attention must be on the truth. That's what our Adi Shankaracharya is saying. Because if you comment about anything in this world, it will continue to pursue you. It will continue to trouble you in future. And in this way, the student, the seeker, he continues to be a witness to all the pairs of opposites without making a comment, without getting affected. This is what yesterday the topic was. Titiksha, forbearance. Do not be persecuted by the opposites. And again, what are the opposites? Heat and cold at the body. But it began like that, isn't it? That this verse began with that. So heat and cold at the body gross body level. Hunger and thirst is caused because of the breathing. So you go beyond the hunger and thirst. At the mental level, it is likes and dislikes which result in
Impressions?
Joys and sorrows. Intellectual sheath, what are the opposites? Praise and insult. Next one, शीतोष्णादिविषय्यतां न तु वृथा वाक्यं समुच्चार्यताम्. न तु वृथा वाक्यं समुच्चार्यताम्. Avoid wasteful talk, avoid loose talk, avoid any talk which does not of which the theme is not the truth or your sadhana. Sadhana should also be kept a secret only. It should not be discussed with anyone except with someone who understands, who has gone through it, who can understand the situation that you are in and maybe throw light over it. But not to every time, I do this, I do that pranayam, I do this, I do that. I am having this experience, I am having that experience. And that person has never experienced. Asha, you did that? Oh my God. And then you become a joke in the next time you meet him. Hey, flying yogi, come here. See, they take the mickey out of you then. Because you told sincerely, but you think you told sincerely. You wanted recognition. You wanted to download because mind could not contain the excitement of having that experience. You downloaded somewhere. Now suffer. Yeah? Hey frog, come here. Because you are jumping, levitating. So in this way, natu vritha vak samuccharyata. Avoid wasteful talk. Usually this talk, whenever people come together, there are very general topics. Either they will be talking about opposite sex, or they will be talking about money, how everything is becoming expensive, how we are going to survive. Yeah, you have been saying the same thing for the last 15-20 years. Still you are surviving. See? But how everything is expensive, how will we live, how will this, how will that. Continuously thinking and disturbing. It will lead to depression afterwards. Like life has become too much and poor me. This is what it results in. Wealth, pleasures. What do we talk about? Oh, that movie is fantastic. Let's go for that movie. Oh, that Himalayas are very nice. Let's go there. Kailash is very nice. Let's go there. Have you been to that restaurant? A Thai restaurant opposite Sindal station? No, you wasted your life, man. Huh? Pleasures. Have you bought this cloth? I like this environment. Why? Because incense is burning. Nice fragrance. So I like only that champa. I don't like chandan. I don't like sandalwood fragrance. I only like the champa flower fragrance. There also, what do you call? We are exercising choice. We are commenting. So this is unwanted talk. If at all, okay. If you're talking, if you're contemplating really, oh fragrance. Why? Why am I dependent on the fragrance outside? What is the fragrance from within? How do people perceive? Is the fragrance of the divine permeating me entirely? Change it. अभी मैंने गाने का क्या बना दिया था? है? क्या था? अभी मैं भूल गया. when we get carried away by these topics of the world, we are diluting our focus on the spirit, on the reality. And in this way, please, Adi Shankaracharya is beckoning us that avoid such wasteful talk. Let our talking discussions be only about the spiritual topic, which is the scriptures, the leelas of the Lord, the nature of reality, and how the world of plurality is only a source of sorrow and nothing else. And this way, come to the conclusion and talk about the reality of the jiva. Is he there or is he not there? Talk about liberation, talk about Vivek, Vairagya, Shatka, Sampatti, and discuss. If at all you have to discuss these things. Become clear. And when we were in the ashram, I had never met Swami Chinmayananda. I just went there to study. But I had read other masters' biographies. And sometimes, not sometimes, quite a few days, we were a very close-knit group in the ashram. At night, after dinner, we are supposed to sleep, contemplate, meditate. And every now and then we will all get together, we'll get some mixture and all that. Sit and talk about the Mahatmas that this country has produced. Or whatever, each one has met someone. I have met quite a few, which some others have not. They have been with Chinmayananda, I have never been with them. And sometimes till 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock we used to keep talking about it. About their experience with him, my experience with with other masters that I have met. And then 1 hour sleep and then you have to get up for meditation. And you are not tired. And you are not tired. Our discussions, our loose talk was never about the world, it was never about families, it was always about best topic is masters. Because they are real people who were also born like us and they perfected themselves living in this world. And the last part, it says, Audasinyam abhipsyatam. Audasinyam, be indifferent. There are hundreds of things, millions of things that are taking place every moment all around you. You don't have to comment on every damn thing that comes by you. Wherever your attention, oh what a nice panda, then oh what a wonderful carving, oh Swamiji, is that bottle BPA proof? Who's this picture there? Why the money is lying there? Why the Shiva has not been cleaned? The lamps I am seeing for last so many days, you don't light them? Everything that you see, you have to pass a comment. Everything that you hear, you have to pass a comment. Be indifferent. World is like this only. Sometimes the lamps will be lighted, sometimes it will be not. Why Shiva is not clean? Because he enjoys the dust on himself. He puts the vibhuti, natural vibhuti coming there. So he is in his element. If you clean him, then it is not like that. Narayana is different. Bad. So be indifferent to the world, be indifferent to the experiences, be indifferent. We are not saying, see, being indifferent means what? Feeling the emotion but not becoming emotional. Understand? That is being indifferent. Not getting disturbed by what is going on. Naturally, if someone has passed away, be indifferent. You're just going there. No, you have to feel the pain of another person. It is natural that you will feel, isn't it? But don't get disturbed by that feeling. That is being indifferent. That it's okay. This happens. Hunger happens. Heat and cold happens. Commenting by the world happens. Someone praises you happens. Someone insults you happens. Day changes. Some days cold, some days hot, some days beautiful, some days dreary. It happens. Sometimes the mind understands in the first go, and sometimes you have to keep repeating for the mind. That also happens. Remain indifferent. And all this is not required in order to know who I am. I am in spite of all this. Stop commenting about everything that is coming by. It becomes a habit afterwards. Then even the moment you come out of meditation, it was so beautiful, it was so wonderful, it was so divine, and then you want to repeat it because you have created such a deep impression about that in your mind. When you are happy about what you are, that beautiful sitting in meditation, it becomes a memory by talking about it. You are impressing it on the mind again and again. That it was beautiful. I think I must get into that space again. I must have that experience again. Then you are creating a trap which you are not aware of. And in this way, instead of commenting, instead of indulging, instead be indifferent. Audasinyam. Audasinya is also the poise. See, we used to do martial arts. In martial arts, initial days when you go to do martial arts, kick, punch, block like this, block like that, punch into the bag again, 100 times, 200 times, again 100 times, 200 times, kick 100. You get exhausted. But the teacher doesn't let you go. He changes 200 times to 500 times. And you have to find, he's not letting you go. You can't escape. And you also want to be follow the teacher because you know that is why you come there. Somewhere some penny drops while you are doing that. You are punching, if that is the action that you are doing, again and again, 100 times, 200 times, 300 times, 400. Suddenly something happens and you are watching the punch happen. Before it was effort, now it is a witness. You are watching, kicking, no, this, that. After some time, you watch the kick happen. See, you train yourself. How should I say? They say practice makes a man perfect. But what is that perfection? You have practiced it so many times that now it has become default, isn't it? Similarly, when we are chanting the name of the Lord, initially it is an effort, then it becomes a japa jap sthiti, meaning without any effort on your part, the mantra is going on in your head incessantly. It is happening incessantly. Then where are you then? You are watching. You are the witness. At that moment, it dawns upon you, hey, I am not doing the japa, it is happening by itself. I am the watcher. Then by grace it comes. Then, really, who am I then if I am the watcher? Why am I focusing on the mantra? I should be, who am I? Who is this watcher? Then the meditation happens. So be indifferent to the world. If you are not indifferent to the world will demand attention because you are giving it value. Being indifferent is withdrawing all the value that you have given to the world. And the last one is where it is. Jana kripa naishturyam mutsrujyatam. This is save yourself from other people's kindness. Biggie. With firmness, refuse to come under the obligation of another person. Come what may. Tread the path to the spirit, to yourself, in your own right. No help is required. I told you in the first day itself, do not allow anyone to come between you and yourself. Do not allow. Uddharet atmana atmanam. It's the journey of the self, by the self, in the self, for the self. No second person is allowed inside. If you allow, you will go for a pilgrimage and reach nowhere. Do not allow anyone. As I said in the beginning, be a giver, do not be a taker. Let the whole world be at your mercy. For that, you have to access that space which is all inclusive. You have to access that space, that confidence, that courage, that goal, that I am that. Purnamada Purnamidam. Then what can in this world ever disturb you? What can demand, make you serve it? Or become a slave of it? Not possible. Who is Ishvara? Master of Prakriti. Who is Jiva? A slave of Prakriti. Isn't it? And how do you maintain the slavery? By begging, by obligations, by favors, by demanding, by complaining that this world owes me something. See, today's society is about what is the right of an individual, isn't it? So, individual right is more important than the whole nation. Collective right. It was not like this before. So everyone is talking about what is my right. The child also says, oh, I am an independent person, I need my room, you are not allowed to come into my room. Wife says, what is my right? Are you doing your duty? First do the duty, your rights will automatically be fulfilled. But nobody wants to talk about their duties. They only talk about their rights. This is the problem of the society today. Get out of this. Continue to serve. You are not serving because the world needs your service. You are serving because it's purifying you. Because you are attempting to see or to see the divine in the world to whom you are serving. It is for you to change your vision. So just as the Lord is the master of the whole creation, a realized master is also the master of the whole creation, living on earth. And he exhibits it. And when you are in his presence, you know it. When he talks, you know it. That there is no doubt, let's not mess with him. Isn't it? Yet he is so compassionate, yet he is so loving, unconditionally loving. Yet he is so giving. And that is your nature too. There is abundance. Lord is complete, divine is complete, so are you. So, whom are we going to go and beg from this world, please help me, please do this for me, please do that for me? Therefore, it was told before, let whatever destiny provides be content with what the life is providing you. Don't demand more. I want this also, I want that also, I want. There's no end to demanding, there's no end to desiring. Therefore, don't be indebted to anyone or anything in this creation. Do not become a slave of anything or anyone in this creation, including gods. Including gods. And in this way, reform yourself. This is the sadhana given in the fourth verse today. क्षुधाधिश्च चिकित्स्यतां प्रतिदिनं भिक्षौषधं भुज्यतां स्वाद्वन्नं न तु याच्यतां विधिविषाद् प्राप्तेन सन्तुष्यतां शीतोष्णादिविषय्यतां न तु वृथा वाक्यं समुच्चार्यताम् औदासीन्यमभीप्स्यतां जनकृपा नैष्ठुर्यमुत्सृज्यताम् ॐ पूर्णमदा पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ